Good day, everybody. It's meteorologist Mark Molnar for Weather Eastern. We're going to get right into some winter weather. We're going to see this winter weather pattern that we're in that's very conducive, especially for East Coast winter storms. We're going to take a look at some of the model data. There is some hints here right after Thanksgiving that we could have the potential storm into parts of New England and maybe into the northern mid-Atlantic. We'll get into all the particulars here. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell button if you're not already subscribed. Smash the like button if you like the video. Get some more exposure. Question or comment down below. I love to read your questions or comments. And there is timestamps down below in the description. If you wish to skip ahead, I will not be offended. Let's get right into it. And taking a look at my winter storm confidence scale here, this is Friday, November 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. Take this with a grain of salt because this is still pretty far out. The models can do a lot between now and then. Here is the model plot on top of all this, the GFS in the white. It does produce the most favorable snowfall pattern here from Friday to Sunday, heading on into this weekend. And you see the Euro and the CMC, the two blues up there a little bit further to the north, and the east a little bit more, moving a little bit faster. So the GFS does slow things down quite a bit. There's a lot more blocking on the GFS, so this does promote a better snowfall path. Now, will this pan out? Like I said, this is 3 to 4 days out at least, so it is definitely too early to get into exact snowfall totals, and I cannot get into a moderate confidence on this scale just yet. If you are in the green zone, I would stay tuned because you could have the potential for accumulating snow Friday into the weekend with this system. And if you're in the yellow, there's a better chance with lake enhancement off of Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, the Adirondacks, White Berkshire Mountains into Maine and Quebec here. So stay tuned. Let's get into model data and particulars here. All right, let's take a look at the GFS here first. Here across the east, you see that big system off the east coast that never really panned out here for the east coast due to this positive tilted trough, keeping the system more progressive and out to sea. So that being said, will that happen with the next system? Well, high pressure builds in here for your Thanksgiving, keeping things really nice here across the northeast and the east coast. There's that system still spinning off the coast out there, but there's the next system. According to the GFS, heading here across Ontario and then across, and then you see some secondary development here, right around New Hampshire, Maine border here, just around the coastline. This you see on Friday. Friday morning, you see that rain changing to snow. It changes completely over to snow by midday, early afternoon here across the lakes. You see some lake enhancement, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. And look at this into northern New England. This is where you really get into some significant snowfall accumulations here. There's that dark blues. And what happens with this system? It kind of takes on a coastal system. And you can see these, the way this trough is. It's oriented from northwest to southeast. This is a negative tilted trough. This is what you want to see for a strengthening coastal system here across the northeast, and this will be intensifying into, according to the GFS, 989 millibars. We'll see if this verifies, but you can see the axis. It's almost like a trough is forming behind this. You see the bend in the isobars here. This is where we see lake enhancement as well, and then orographic enhancement with the higher terrain of the Adirondacks, the White, the Berkshire Mountains, even the northern Catskills here getting in on the act, Binghamton, New York, Syracuse. All of this is pretty much snow, moderate snow at times, even some heavy snow here into Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and upstate New York. So that is really interesting to see. And look it does not move much. It does move inland into Maine. This is by Saturday morning, 981 millibars. This is a pretty strong low pressure system, and you see how tight these isobars in? These would be strong winds with this snow. So some blizzard conditions, if this verifies, would be happening behind this low. And look how it retrogrades to the northwest here. That's a sign that this is a negatively tilted trough, and you see the snow lingering behind it here into Saturday and even into Sunday. Look at this. You see snow still lingering behind here into the northeast. So let's get into the CMC model. Let's see if it shows anything similar. There's the lake effect snow band into Tuesday off Lake Ontario there, showing kind of a Georgian Bay connection. You can see on your Tuesday. And then look at that. We clear things out just like the GFS showed. And then Friday morning, rain changing to snow here across the northeast, lake enhancement kicking in. It is a bit further north with the low than the GFS. It does keep it on more of a northerly track, but really enhances some lake effect snow off Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and still snow getting into northern New England here as well. Low pressure kicking just east of Maine. Still a lot of snow here into northern New England, into upstate New York, and that lasts into Saturday, and this kind of moves it out a little more progressive, but still, look at that. That's some intense lake effect snow with a Georgian Bay connection there off Lake Ontario, and still dealing with scattered snow showers as well. And let's take a look at the Euro, see if it has anything similar here. We're starting off with the week here. Low pressure moving out to sea with that first system. And there it is. There's that system on Thanksgiving Day, right around the northern Great Lakes. It moves into Ontario and Quebec here for your Friday morning, dragging the cold front. See all this cold air behind it. And then moves it to the northeast as a 978 millibar low. So that's nothing to sneeze at, and that would have long-lasting effects here into New England if the Euro verifies as well. All right, let's take a look at snowfall here according to the GFS. Initially on Tuesday, early to midday Tuesday, we're going to have an additional 2 to 4 inches here on the south side of Lake Ontario. And then as it becomes more northwesterly, we'll cut off that flow. Here it is, Friday. The back side of that system as rain goes to snow. Look at this. We'll see 2 to 6 inches here off Lake Erie with enhancement behind the low and the trough. And then look at this, 2 to as much as 6-7 inches here around Syracuse, the hills south of Syracuse. Adirondack, 6 to 10 inches. And look at here into northern Vermont, anywhere from 12 to as much as 18 inches in the northern mountains here. Northern New Hampshire, getting upwards of 8 to 12 inches. And then Maine as well. And we pile that up through, look at that, Sunday. So GFS is definitely very bullish on this end of week storm just after Thanksgiving. And we'll see what the CMC shows here. There's the lake effect. There's that initial shot of lake effect showing quite a significant across Oswego County, 6 to 8 inches. I think that's a little bit overdone, but let's get into your Friday as rain goes over to snow, really kicking in the lake enhancement here off of, especially east of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, as much as 4 to 8 inches, much as getting upwards of close to a foot here east of Lake Ontario. And let's see, it's really going crazy with the lake effect. And even the Canadian here is showing 6 to 10 inches across northern Vermont, but even southern Vermont, this is nothing to sneeze at, 4 to as much as 6 inches. So it's showing a generalized accumulation here, even as 2 inches here across Interstate 80 in eastern Pennsylvania. But look at this, a lot of lake enhancement here in play off of the lakes, and quite a generalized, this is a pretty wide area of accumulation. All right, let's take a look at the upper air pattern here across North America. We're starting off with the GFS. Let's get right into it. We're starting off with the trough across the eastern part of the United States, and look at that. That's a different trough than what we'll be looking at towards the end of the week. This is a positive trough. This is oriented from northeast to southwest, so it's kicking the low pressure system that was potentially going to impact the East Coast. It's kicking it out to sea. Now, let's see how this changes. If we put this into motion, that trough is lifting out to the northeast here for your Wednesday. Ridging taking effect here across the east for your Thursday for your Thanksgiving. And look at this big ridge forming out west here. Here's this trough diving down across the northern plains. And look at Friday. What a difference a day makes. Trough going negatively tilted, oriented from northwest to southeast here across the northeast. This could spell some potential trouble. There it is. And big blocking up here in parts of Greenland and northeastern North America. And we put that into motion further, and that trough just strengthens across the eastern part of the United States. And look at that massive ridge developing out west here, big trough in the east. Let's take a look at the CMC model, showing very similar positive tilted trough initially kicking the initial low pressure off the east coast. Ridging taking effect for your Thanksgiving. Look at that blocking up here in Greenland, and big ridge developing out west here. That response is the big trough across the east. It's still partially negative tilted here on the CMC model for late Friday, early Saturday. And look at that. That just strengthens here. A little bit more progressive on the CMC. All right, let's take a look at cyclonic spin, vorticity in the atmosphere. This is where we get the energy. We can track the energy and see where it's going to go and interact across the United States and North America here. So we're starting off with the Euro, thanks to tropicaltidbits.com. And this is Wednesday. We have all this energy. There is the initial low that we're going to be watching here across the northern plains into Minnesota. And we have some energy down here in the southwest that's going to be feeding into it as well. We get into Thursday and Friday. Here it is across Quebec, Canada. There is the big ball of energy, and the system has some energy that is streaming out ahead of it here with this front. And here we go with the Euro. It kind of conglomerates it across the northeast. So lots of spin in the atmosphere, signifying a big storm here across eastern Canada. And that could have some impact here across parts of northern New England. So let's get into the GFS model. It's a bit more pronounced here. We'll start off showing you southern plains, and then all this energy gets entrained into the northern plains here and Great Lakes on Thanksgiving Day. GFS is a bit quicker here on Friday morning, dragging the cold front here across the eastern seaboard. Big old ball of energy, and look at that streaming out ahead of it here as well, and then forming that negatively tilted trough, a bit more pronounced here on the GFS than it was on the Euro. A tremendous amount of energy here in the northeast, so definitely look at the upper levels of the atmosphere getting at 50, 60, 70 knots here. So this is a lot of wind here with this system as well, according to the GFS, and look at how it retrogrades back to the northwest. We'll have to watch and see if this GFS verifies, because if it does, it would be the bigger of the three major models here. And it doesn't really have any place to go here through Sunday and into Monday. So there's the energy dealing with the CMC. A lot of energy here in the northern plains. Tuesday, we'll watch that progress to the east. For Wednesday and Thursday, digging the trough. There is that energy that we're watching, the southern stream and then the northern stream here across the Great Lakes. Showing up very nicely here on the CMC model across southern Ontario and Quebec, dragging that cold front. Lots of vorticity feeding into this cyclonic nature in the atmosphere. And look at that big old ball of vorticity here, signifying a very big storm here on Saturday and into Sunday. Brings it up a little bit further east, however, into Canada. So missing out on the tremendous snowfall totals along northern New England, but still the idea is there. And here we go, John from the Islip, New York area back on November 13th when there was all of those strong to severe storms here across his area. You can see the wind whipping that tree around very violently as an EF0 tornado, East Islip, New York. So take a look at those winds. John was dealing with a good bit of wind across his area. That was that strong thunderstorm outbreak he saw in that area right around the 13th. So nice captures there, John. And let's take a look at some of the photos of the damage. And take a look at the damage here. He's quite a bit in the way of downed trees here in the background. Take a look at that. A lot of foliage on the ground, but look at all those trees knocked down from all of those high winds from the 13th here. And take a look at the damage here. A lot of uprooting of the trees going on, even some wires down here across the area. So nice captures there, John. East Islip, New York. And taking a look at snowfall here across the northeast. This takes us through pretty much Tuesday through Thursday. Later Thursday. We're not going to get into the snowfall that occurs Friday and the weekend. It's much too early to get into those snowfall amounts. But this is the lake effect that occurs mainly Tuesday during the day, early morning hours of Tuesday throughout the day. And there you can see right around Syracuse, the Finger Lakes, these areas could pick up another 2 to 4 inches. Places like Cayuga, Onondaga, Madison counties, and Oneida counties, and maybe southern Oswego County as the pattern becomes more northwest, and then off Lake Erie, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Allegheny counties, Erie County, Warren County, Crawford County, McKean County. These counties could see anywhere from 1 to as much as 3 inches of additional accumulation. And we'll take a look at the upper air pattern here. We are looking at primarily the day after Thanksgiving through the weekend here. This is what I wanted to show you. The pattern showing a very good negatively tilted trough here across the northeast and the east coast for that matter. So we'll be dealing with the potential for a lot more storminess, especially after Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving Day is the calm before the storm. And then we have that ridge developing out west. And here we go, Tuesday across the northeast. we have that lake effect snow machine. It will be starting to wind down, but after there will be a couple more inches, especially during the day Tuesday, especially around the Syracuse area, southern Oswego County, Onondaga County, Cayuga County, Oneida County. These areas could pick up another 2 to maybe as much as 4 inches of snow out of this. And off of Lake Erie, a little bit lighter at this point, maybe a couple more inches around just south of Erie, east of Erie, Pennsylvania, and south of Buffalo. Temperatures will be on the cool down, 33 degrees in Syracuse, 35 in Binghamton, 36 in Scranton, 41 in New York City with partly cloudy skies, a backdoor cold front across the New England states here, 34 in Bangor, Maine, 36 in Portland. So 47 is the warm spot in D.C. And here we go, Tuesday across the southeast, looking really nice. It's a little on the cool side, especially in Raleigh at 46, 45 in Norfolk. But it's really nice in Florida here. Look at that, 68 in Tampa. The first time I've seen you below 70 in a while. 75 in Miami. You're below 80 now. Chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm along that stalled frontal boundary, as it always happens this time of year in South Florida. Cooling down in New Orleans, 62 degrees and 70. Beautiful blue skies here in Houston. Wednesday across the northeast, we have high pressure in control here. Nice partly sunny skies. Most areas in the low to mid 40s. 44 is a popular number in places like Albany, Syracuse, and Scranton. 49 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. 40 in Boston. 39 in Bangor, Maine, and Burlington. Those are the 2 cool spots. But 43 in Binghamton and 48 in Pittsburgh. You can't ask for better. And here we go, Wednesday across the southeast. High pressure is dominating here across South Carolina and Georgia and much of the southeast. Temperatures will be on the rise, 58 in Atlanta, 62 in Birmingham, 66 in Panama City. But there is a chance of a late day shower or thunderstorm, especially across eastern Texas here around Dallas, Fort Worth. Maybe as far south here as the northern suburbs of Houston. Looking nice in Houston, though, 81 and partly cloudy skies, 72 in New Orleans, 78 in Miami. And the cool spot is 51 in Norfolk. And Thanksgiving Day across the northeast. This is a really nice day. Warm front will be pushing in from the southwest here. This will be pushing temperatures well into the upper 40s and around 50 degrees here across much of the northeast, getting around 50 around Binghamton. In the mid-50s around the Big Apple, New York City, 60 near D.C., and look at that. We may have a late-day shower across Pittsburgh, Erie, and Buffalo, but that will pretty much remain towards the sunset time frame. So you'll pretty much get a really nice day with wall-to-wall sunshine here across the northeast for your Thanksgiving Day. So get out there and enjoy. And here across the southeast for your Thanksgiving Day, not as lucky as you are in the northeast, but temperatures will be on the rise. 70 in Panama City, 74 in New Orleans, and 76 in Houston, 63 in Atlanta, so we're getting above 60 as well in Charleston at 65, 60 in Norfolk. But we will have some late day showers and thunderstorms as pushing east along this cold front here and this associated low pressure system right around northern Mississippi. And so we will have anywhere from a 30 to a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, remaining about a quarter inch or less out of this, though. This isn't going to be an all-day rain event. In the medium shade greens here, you will see more concentrated showers and perhaps a rumble of thunder as well. And here we go for your Friday across the northeast. This is a sharp cold front, so these are your early morning highs pretty much. So these temperatures will be falling throughout the day on blustery and northwest winds. Rain will change over to snow very early, especially in upstate New York and Pennsylvania for that matter. So, and then in northern New England as well. So this could be the start of that significant snowstorm. We'll have to see how this pans out. All the parameters are not perfectly aligned just yet, so we'll watch for this. Lake enhancement is definitely a good bet, though, here off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Some of these bands that set up on the lake enhancement side, the back edge of the storm, could really draw some of that lake moisture in and enhance some of these bands to become heavier. So definitely looking more than just an inch. Binghamton area, State College, Scranton, Albany, these areas initially will see an initial shot of an inch, especially on Friday morning. So you'll be waking up to the white stuff on the ground, but near the lakes, that's where we really get cranking. And then we'll have to watch here in northern New England, especially for the weekend. And Friday, TGIF here across the southeast, that front really pushing far to the south here, low pressure pushing into South Georgia, trailing cold front as well across much of the Gulf, 61 in New Orleans, Houston at 61 and 52 in Atlanta, and we'll be pushing those showers here to the east across Florida and the Carolinas, and we'll be cooling down to 46 in Nashville. So this is setting us up for a very cool weekend and shopping day for many of you across the Southeast. And my extended outlook for my hometown viewers being the Scranton, Upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York and the Northeast Pennsylvania, and all points in between Tuesday through Saturday. Here we go. Some chance of lake effects, scattered snow showers here on Tuesday, especially in the morning to midday hours. Less than an inch of snow is likely at this point, as the lake effect will cut off later in the day. And we're starting off with a low of 23, high of 35 into Wednesday. Look at that really cold start, 18 in especially the normally colder valleys, 43, but the sunshine will be in abundance. And for your Thanksgiving, partly cloudy skies. You can't ask for much better than that. 50 degrees after a cold start. Very nice. Above average for this time of year. Thursday night into Friday morning. This is where we could see an inch of snow as the rain changes to snow really quickly throughout the night. Thursday night into Friday morning, so you could be waking up to an inch of snow. Only a high of 37, low of 30, and Saturday, only a high of 35, partly cloudy skies. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. Don't forget to give my Facebook pages some love. It's Meteomark, or Weather Northeastern, or Hurricane Northeastern. And you can also visit me at Twitter at Weather Eastern. And you can go to Meteomark.com or WeatherNortheastern.com. And don't forget to follow me right here on YouTube at Meteomark.